Hi guys. So in this video and the next one, so video 13 and video 14, I'm going to answer two questions regarding studying or studying techniques. So in this video 13, there is a question about is there any exercises that can test my understanding or even boost my memory? Because you said that after studying you tend to forget them on the next day, and somehow math chem only gets harder when we're trying to answer questions in exam, but not when we are studying. So when you're studying, it's much easier apparently than answering question in the exam. So this is about comprehension, okay? And you wish you can actually purchase whatever memory pills from pharmatrade. Okay, the first things, if we can take one of these, we're talking about short-term memory and long-term memory. If I can use these two analogy, the short-term memory is similar to the RAM, our computer RAM, the random access memory, whereas the long-term memory is our hard drive. Okay, so if you're working on a Microsoft Word document and you keep writing your assignment, your report, and so on, and if after 10 minutes you forgot to save it, so what happens to your document? You would most likely you would actually lose it, because the document that you're working on and hasn't been saved is usually kept in the RAM, in the computer's RAM. Okay, now if you're working on a document and then you make sure that you save it on a hard disk, then it will be permanently in the hard disk or hard drive until you actually delete it. So the difference is again between the short-term memory is the RAM. You just leave it there, it's in the working memory, whereas the if you actually want to have longer, if you want to keep stuff that you have learned, you've got to keep it in your hard disk, you've got to keep it in your long-term memory. So how to do it? Usually short-term memory, or I would say superficial learning, is a type of learning that you simply just want to score. You just okay, I'm simply say I've got a quiz or exam in 2 or 3 months time. Let's just memorize all this, and then in the exam and quiz you're just going to reproduce the thing that you thought you have learned. For you to keep it in your long-term memory, it requires more effort. It requires deeper learning, understanding, comprehension. I like to just take you to this particular. Let me just take you to this Bloom taxonomy. This is by Vanderbilt University Center for Teaching. Usually the short-term memory, or the working memory, they actually work on the bottom one, remembering. You should be able to recall facts or basic concepts. All right, and perhaps then you can actually move on to the next level, which is understanding, which is you should be able to explain ideas or concept and so on. All right, now when it comes to quizzes or exam questions, we lecturers will tend to test you on the next 4 levels of thinking, or these levels. This is applying, analyzing, evaluation, and creation of something. These 4 thinking levels, or we call it the higher order thinking levels, actually uses a lot of effort, a lot of brain power. So if you after you have understood certain things, then you need to ask yourself, how can I apply this new thing that I learned in a different situation? Find a situation which is closest to you, all right? Then hopefully you can, the further you invest in analyzing, in evaluating certain things, and then also at the end, producing something different by perhaps putting things together and making something new out of these things that you have learned earlier, right? Then you will more or less establish new neurons in your brain, new network as well in your brain, and then you, when you have actually put in more effort, you invest more effort in doing this higher order thinking, then you can make it. You can make your knowledge yours. Okay, let's come back to this one. Yeah. Right. The next one. Let's see. If you take anything, if you take a text is dry. A text is a text. Yeah. But if you have a text, yeah, and then you try to chunk it, make it into smaller pieces, all right, where you can actually take it at one at a time, and then move on to the next one as you go along. Or you can use these SQ3R techniques. Find it out, Google it out. You can, I wouldn't go into this, just Google it out. And make sure you sleep and eat well as well. If you actually do these things, these can help you in retaining the new things you have learned. All right. What is more effective if you actually personalize the new thing that you have learned? All right. Let me show you in the next slide. If you have learned something, yeah, maybe you have learned like 10 things in a lecture, try to make it personalized by perhaps, try to create a song, create a story, use a mind map, write it out, visualize it in the most craziest way. Yeah. In short, make the knowledge your own knowledge. Make it your own. Yeah. If you're still looking for perhaps a course that can help you to learn better, yeah. One of the best courses online is available on Coursera. It's called Learning How to Learn. Yeah, just Google Learning How to Learn, and you should be able to access this course for free. Yeah, from there you can learn. You will learn how the tools and techniques on how to learn better, how to retain things better. But I like to actually use the analogy for short. If you tend to forget things, that means you tend to put the new things that you have learned only in your short-term memory. Yeah. So to keep it longer in your long-term memory, you have to make it your own, personalize it. All right. So I would like to leave you with this quote. I have used it before, and I'd like to use it again in this video, in this short video. Stay hungry, stay foolish, by Steve Jobs. With that, I see you in the next one.